Hey guys, it's Emily, and today, you saw that title, you saw that thumbnail, you know what we're doing. We are reading Go the Distance by Jen Calonita. So this is the newest book in the Twisted Tale series. If you're not familiar with it, the Twisted Tale series is a series of books published by Disney where the authors take the original story that we grew up loving, but they twist it to make an entirely new story. So this one, as you can tell by the title and cover, is an Hercules retelling. I'm really excited about that because I haven't read a lot of Hercules retelling and I don't even know if there are a lot out there. I feel like it's not a story that I've seen a lot retold by authors, so I am super excited to see what Jen Calonita has in store for this one. So this story follows Meg, who wants to become a Greek goddess in order to be with Hercules. But in order to do that, she gets told by Zeus that she needs to save her ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend from the gates of hell. I'm very excited that this book will be following Meg because she was one of my favorite characters from the movie, and I think she has a lot of potential, and I just don't really know what's going to happen. I'm quite excited. I feel like this one will take place after the story that we've seen in the movie, so I cannot wait to see what Jen Calonita is going to do with these characters and with this world. I hope we will be reunited with her favorites, but I don't know, and I'm excited still because I think it's going to be amazing. So this video is going to be divided into two parts. There's going to be a reading vlog in which I tell you guys my thoughts as I am reading the book, and at the end of the video you'll find my review where I will be giving you guys my final thoughts on the book and whether I think it is worth your time or not. So now that we're all on the same page, let's start reading. So, time for an update. I am nearly 100 pages in. I'm actually on page 97 of Go the Distance. I was super cozy. I was reading in the dark with nothing but my candle, and it was an experience. I would highly recommend it. Anyway, let's talk about my thoughts on the book so far. So I'll be honest, I was kind of worried diving into this that I would not enjoy this because I didn't love Conceal Don't Feel by the same author. So I was kind of worried that the same situation would happen where it would not meet my expectations. I feel like with Frozen, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. Like, I liked the Frozen movie. It's not one of my favorites. Kind of the same with Hercules. Like, I like it, and I don't know if I would say it's one of my favorites, but upon a rewatch, I would say it's one of the best ones that I've seen. But I didn't really have a lot of expectations because it's not a favorite of mine. Like, it's not like it's one of my favorite movies or anything, so I don't really have a lot of expectations lying upon it. So I was pretty much open to anything. And I think one of the things that I didn't like about Frozen is that it was too close to the original, and since the twist happened before Anna and Elsa met, I feel like the author didn't really make the story her own. Whereas in this one, I feel like it's actually a strength. So the characters and pretty much everything that we've seen in Hercules is basically the same, but since the twist happens after, like the story takes place after what we've seen in Hercules, so it's after the story fades to black. I think it is a strength here that everything is so similar to the film in terms of like the characters, the world building, everything is pretty much what we've seen in the movie. So you get into it blind in terms of like the story, you don't know what's going to happen, but you're familiar with the world and its characters, and I think this is going to be a strength for the author here because I feel like there's so much that she can do. She doesn't have to stick to the original story like she did in Frozen. So I'm excited. Honestly, I think I might enjoy this one more than I did Conceal Don't Feel. I don't want to speak too soon, but I have a good feeling about this one. I was not expecting to like this as much as I am right now. I love how fast it's going. I'm already 100 pages in and I feel like I have barely scratched the surface. So I'm excited to see what more she has in store for our characters. So we have finished our book, and overall I enjoyed my reading experience. I'll be honest, I dove into this book with pretty low expectations. I wasn't the biggest fan of Conceal Don't Feel, and I haven't heard the best of things about Mirror Mirror, so I was pretty cautious and hesitant diving into this one. However, I was pleasantly surprised by how much I actually enjoyed the story. One of the things that I really appreciated about Go the Distance is the fact that it's super close to the Hercules movie. In Conceal Don't Feel, that felt like a weakness, but as in Go the Distance, the twist happens after the original story. I feel like that gave the author more room to explore the world and the characters and really make the story your own. I really liked how this one followed Meg rather than Hercules. I think she's a character that we didn't get to see as much as we could have in Hercules, and I enjoyed reading the story from her perspective. I also like the fact that this story involved a lot more gods than what we have seen in Hercules. In the movie, the story is mostly following Hades and Zeus, so they're the main gods that we see. Obviously, there are other gods and goddesses that we do get to see in the movie, but they don't play as big a part as Zeus and Hades do. In this one, it was fun to see other gods and goddesses that didn't really get representation, I guess, in the movie. And as someone who loves Greek mythology, I thought that was a really nice touch. I also really liked the writing. The story was very fast-paced and it was very engaging to read. I also loved seeing the interactions between all of our characters. Meg is very strong-headed, so seeing her interact with other characters is always interesting to read about. However, I'll be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad ending, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that one specific plot lines towards the end. I'm not going to spoil it, but I just wasn't that big a fan of that. Like, it didn't make it a bad ending or anything, but it didn't really capture my interest. I just didn't really care about it, and I didn't really understand why it had to be included, even though I understand its connection with the rest of the story. But I don't know, wasn't that big a fan overall. But other than that, it was a really fun reading experience. It's definitely not my favorite Twisted Tale book in the series. Like, it's good, and I think if you're looking for a quick and enjoyable story, you will enjoy it. And if you're a fan of the series, I think you will also enjoy it. I think as for my rating, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, probably more towards a 4, but something was missing from this. I don't know what it is, because I enjoyed a lot of aspects of it, but there's something that didn't feel quite right with me. It didn't really feel like something that I would reread or that I absolutely fell in love with. It was fun, enjoyable at the time, but it just isn't my favorite one in the series so far. So that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will leave the link to the book in the description box down below if you guys want to check it out and purchase this for yourself. I will also leave in the description my Disney playlist, in which you can find other videos in which I've reviewed the Twisted Tale series. If you want to hear my thoughts on the rest of the series, everything will be linked down below. If you want more Disney Twisted Tale content from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And I guess that's it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!